Hello everybody, today we're doing the chapter Crop Production and Management for Class 8 Science. So basically in this chapter, in this video, I'm just gonna summarize the chapter for you so that it's quick and you get all the important notes in. Okay, so let's start off with this. So in this, basically, two kids, Paheli and Bhoju, went to their uncle's house and their uncle is a farmer. So they sought some tools like khurpi, sickle, shovel, plow, and etc. in the field. So these all are used for farming, okay, since their uncle is a farmer. And keep in mind, this is Bhojo and, this is Paheli. So both of them are just going to be like asking and answering random questions in the chapter, which can be important. So you have learned that all. So basically in this chapter they're saying that in this paragraph they're saying that you've learned that all the organisms require food. Plants can make their food themselves because of the process photosynthesis. I hope you remember this, because if you don't, revise it. Photosynthesis. Okay, so that's the process where plants can make their own food using carbon dioxide, sunlight, water, nutrients, and minerals. Okay, so that's that. The simple definition of photosynthesis. So you already know that the energy from food is utilized by organisms for carrying out various body functions like digestion, respiration, and excretion. We get our food from plants or animals or both. From plants we get like fruits, other stuff like that, and from animals these are for non-vegetarians, meat like chicken, mutton, pork, stuff like that. Okay, so what is this? Okay, so let's move on. Okay, in order to provide food for a large population, regular production, proper management, and distribution of food is necessary. Okay, we'll get to this yellow box at the last. We'll get to all of the yellow boxes at the last, unless they're really important. Okay. When plants of the same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called crop. Now, this part is quite important because this is your crop definition, and it will definitely come in your paper that define the word crop. And the definition of crop is when plants of the same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called crop. For example, crop of wheat means that all the plants grown in a field are that of wheat. That means if you're saying crop of wheat, then all the plants in that field, everything that's been growing in that field is wheat and wheat only. That is crop. That is known as crop of wheat. Okay, so crops are of different types like cereals, vegetables, and fruits. They can be classified on the basis of season in which they grow. Okay, so this is basically saying that whichever crops you're growing, also it depends on the season. Like in winter some plants will be there, in summer you can grow some certain plants, in spring you can grow some type of plant, in rainy season. Okay, so India is a vast country. The climatic conditions like temperature, humidity, and rainfall vary from one region to another. That's basically just what I said. Accordingly, there is a rich variety of crops in different parts of the country despite this weather. Okay, so diversity. Two broad. Okay, so there are two types of crops: kharif crops and rabi crops. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but yeah. Okay, so kharif crops are crops which are in the rainy season, which are grown in the rainy season, and this rainy season normally lasts from June to September. Okay, so some examples, keep the examples in mind, are paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut, and cotton. And well, more, but you won't need any more examples. All those are kharif crops. Next, let's also remember these are grown in the rainy season. These are rainy crops which last from June to September. Oh, my birthday month. Okay, anyway, so next we move on to rabi crops. Okay, Rabi crops. These crops are grown in the winter season. So these are now winter crops. Oh my god, what happened? These are now winter crops, okay? So keep that in mind. So now winter usually lasts from October to March. Okay, so they're usually grown in between the time period of October to March, and Kharif crops are usually grown between the time period of June to September. Okay, so yeah, some examples of Rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard, and linseed. So keep these examples also in mind. And now we have the summer crops, which are pulses, vegetables, and etc. are grown in the summertime at many different places. Pulses is like dal, rajma, stuff like that. Okay. Why can paddy not be grown in the winter season? See, this one is important. Bhoju asks that or whatever. So why can paddy not be grown in the winter season? Paddy requires a lot of water, therefore it is grown only in the rainy season. So the crop paddy, in winter season you don't get a lot of water, and in rainy season you get a lot of water because it rains and etc. So paddy requires a lot of water, therefore it is grown only in the rainy season.